Woo. Well, hello everybody. So I'm on a new bike, as you may have noticed. This is my 20, oh crap, I forget, 2014? 14? 15? One of those. I just picked it up. It's a Ninja 650. It's a 14-15 Ninja 650. Picked it up just a little while ago, and I've been so busy with building my shop. It's kind of just sat there, which makes me really sad. I finally got around to putting a new battery in it today because the old one was garbage. So this one laid over on its side and got the fairings messed up enough that it totaled it out. Not very hard to do because it's so expensive to have those fairings replaced. They're still real expensive to get from the dealer, so totaled out. But anyway, it sat in a lot for a few months with a dead battery, and that's what happens. Finally got around to a new battery today. It runs amazing. I'm actually really liking it. It's very different from the R6 that I had. Oh man, it's got some guts though. So when I first got this, I was a little worried, I guess, that it would be too docile, too you know, it doesn't sound very good. It's super quiet, and yeah, I was afraid it would just be not very exciting, just a real lame kind of bike compared to that R6. It's just a freaking rocket. But I have taken this around the block like once. But other than that, this is pretty much my first time on it, and so far I'm really liking it. It's not as gutless as I was afraid of. In fact, it's pretty darn quick. So the riding position is the biggest difference between this and the R6. The R6 is, especially the R6S I had, you're really hunched over. Super aggressive riding position, which was cool. I really liked it. This thing is much more laid back. The seat is very, very low. The handlebars are very high, and it's much more relaxed, much more laid back. So it has some different modes. And it looks like right now I'm in the eco mode. Oh, it just went off. No, maybe I think that tells you how you're riding. So like if you're riding real nice and docile or slowing down, the eco shows up, I think. Let's see. Do a 0 to 60 here. That's pretty quick. Really can't complain about that. So in the lower RPMs, it doesn't have a lot. That's full throttle, doesn't have a lot. If I downshift a bit, that's 4th right there. Let's try now. That's a little better. So this is not a kind of bike that screams, you know, all the way through every single RPM. You have to be up there a little higher, like above 6 or 7. Above 6 or 7, that's where you get it. Super comfortable, holy cow. So that R6S, a real aggressive riding position, and I loved it, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bike I'd like to do a big trip on, because it sorta strains your back. You know, you're hunched over. Like, honestly, I felt like I was like this all the time. And this one, dang, this is comfortable. I could see myself riding, you know, long trips on this thing. This is very nice. Holy cow, these mirrors are so far away. Just tried to adjust that a little bit, and you're like, you have to, oh, look at that. They're way up there. Way up there. Way. Looking behind me because I haven't tagged this bike yet, haven't registered it yet. That seems to be my MO, isn't it? Okay, so the Eco, it shows up when I'm decelerating and it goes away when I hit the gas. So I guess that's telling me I'm saving gas, I guess. Super quiet though, man. And this, if you look on the underside of this bike, it's hidden pretty well, but the muffler is huge. It's huge. But, I mean, all you see is a little pipe coming out the side, and it looks really nice because the pipe is way down there. I'll stop up here and give you guys a little look-see view. But yeah, so the pipe is not super noticeable. But if you look on the underside, the muffler, it may even have a catalytic converter. I haven't done that much research on it, but it's huge, and I'm sure it's pretty heavy too. Take a stop in here and admire. If you don't ever want to admire your bike, you bought the wrong bike. The kickstand's in a weird spot. Not one I'm super familiar with. Well, there it is. There we go. Yeah, it's a cool bike. So the seating position, super low, real high tank, real skinny tank. Like, it's a full-size tank, but when you're sitting on the bike, it's real thin. And you can see a little peep of that huge muffler I was talking about. I put a new chain on it, a red chain. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, so damage wise, we've got a bunch of scratches and stuff over here. And that fairing up there is busted and gone. We'll have to replace that. But yeah, I like it. It looks cool. I like the suspension on the side there. It's asymmetrical. I like how the rear swing arm looks. And I like how that exhaust is just real tucked away, real nice. And I really like how the turn signals are integrated right into the fairing right off the bat. I usually end up doing that, but it's already done. Pretty cool. It sounds a little angry when you poke it. But the rest of the time is pretty quiet. I like it. I may have found a new everyday ride. Jeez, those brakes, man. All right. So we got miles per gallon. Oh. That's the average. 40 range. That tells me 0. Well, no, that's not true. Maybe it's because I'm not moving. I don't know. Oh yeah, it does change. It changes based on how you're riding. So my range is always going to be 3. Oh man, the engine braking is crazy. Oh, if you're in a high RPM, you don't even need the brake. I can't even hear it. I mean, I like to hear my bikes. 40 miles an hour, all I hear is wind. Loud pipes save lives. It's true. If you're a motorcycle, you're already being ignored. That's just how it is, because people don't see you. Most people don't care to look for you. And the only thing you have is them being able to hear you. And this bike is very quiet. Oh, it's so comfortable though. Oh, I can remember my first ride on the R6S, and of course you get used to it. You build up those. Oh god, you're so freaking slow. You build up those muscles, and then it doesn't hurt anymore. You know, you strengthen up your back, whatever. But I can still remember that first ride on the R6S 3 miles down the road, my back's aching, and I'm like, oh crap. This is just gonna suck. No problems at all with this thing. None at all. Ride it all day and not feel a thing. You can almost hear a lot of induction noise, like noise from the air intake, which is cool. That's why those AMG Mercedes sound so good. A lot of it's exhaust, but a lot of it's induction noise. We're moving. That's not bad at all. You get this thing in the high RPM, it screams. I like this bike. Overall, I'm really liking this bike. A bike like the R6S, super aggressive. It's really, really good at one thing. Like really good at that one thing. And sometimes you want that. For a bike you're riding every day, you want a bike that's really good at a lot of things. And that's this, the Ninja 650. I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh. Oh, that's the first time I've done that. Man, ooh. You know, I gotta do some more of that. I gotta go somewhere else. There was, oh, I just had a flashback from the past. That gas station back there, I used to live kind of close to here, and I was working on a bike, and I ended up putting a bunch of really crappy gas in a gas can, like one of those red gas cans, and it was all mixed with oil and like bits of metal, and it was garbage, and I wasn't going to use it for anything. So I walked down there because it was super close to get more gas, and I figured there was some place I could dispose of the old gas, but there wasn't. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna just, oh, stop sign. Hey, the brakes work. the brakes work really well. Ugh. Anyway, long story short, I dumped like a gallon of gas in their garbage can. I mean, there was nowhere else to put it. It's probably really dangerous. I probably, like, killed a seal, or I don't know. I killed a blue-footed booby. This time of year is really cool. You got the snow up there on the mountains. Down here, it's getting warm, nice and dry. And I'm on a sweet machine, man. Every mile that rolls by, I like this thing more and more. Okay, maneuverability. Ready? Oh, geez. Woo! Not too shabby. So yeah, that is the new the new model Ninja 650. I am digging it. I was ready to not like it, but I'm digging it. I like it a lot. Super cool. I'll be riding this a lot more, so stay tuned. One-handed slalom. There we go. Ah, too close, too close. That's better. 2-second following distance, kids.